Welcome to this part of our tutorial. We are going to look at something else today. Today we want to look at links. And so far I've been using Quick Edit, and I told you I'll be using two softwares in this tutorial. So I want to switch over to the other software, and it's called a code. So I go to my desktop, and then this is a code here. So I launch it quickly. Okay, I told you there are a couple of features which it could have, which makes me to prefer it to others. And one of those features is that you can open a folder and use the folder by default. So there are no open folders here. So I'll come here and I open a folder. So the folder I want to work with is the folder we created, the HTML tutorial. So I'll select that folder, and you see the contents of the folder that is displayed here. Okay, and the other thing is that it helps to autocomplete and suggests. So I want to write HTML. Once I write this, okay, so first this is the text, so let me save it first, so that the code will recognize the file type, and then from there can make suggestions for me. So I'm saving to that folder, then I'm calling it links.html since I want to work on links. Okay, so now it recognizes it as an HTML file. Of course, you've seen the icon here in the links.html, the icon that's changed. If I open a new document, okay, sorry, let's just forget about that. Now when I type HTML, you see it's suggesting. You see the suggestion box there, and I type this. So it brings up the different versions of HTML and asks me to choose from it. I want to use HTML5, so I click on the HTML5 snippets, and of course this is HTML5. Everything we've been doing in other tutorials, the doc type, the HTML, the root, the head, the body, and that, and it has even included the meta tag, which is very useful. First, what I have to do is, the meta here is not needed, so I'll just delete that. Okay, then I'll change my title, and I'll call it, I want to work on links, so I call it links tutorial. Okay, that's links tutorial. And then the next thing I'll have to do is to change the body. I don't want body. Okay, to generate a link, the only thing I have to do is to use the A tag. That is the default tag to generate a link. So if I type A, I'll allow it to suggest, and I can auto-complete it. So A snippet. Now the link, the A tag, which is the link tag, has an attribute called the href. The href tag, the href means the reference. Where are you referencing to? What do you want this link to reference? Do you want it to reference a web page, another web page, or do you want it to reference maybe a bookmark? A bookmark is basically a section in your HTML document. So in this HTML document, I can segment it, section it, and then I reference a particular section at a particular time. Or do you want to reference an external site entirely? Like for instance, I can reference Google sites. So let me just create a link that references Google. So I'll say HTTPS. I have to provide the web address to Google. If I'm referencing an external site, you have to specify the complete web address. So Google is www.google.com. So that is the web address. And of course, everything within the link tag, within the A tag, will be shown as plain text. And link has a default behavior. But let me write the default behavior here, and I will write it in a comment. So I'll insert a comment tag here. So I want to comment this section out, and comments are usually ignored by web browsers. So I'll just do this, and 2 hyphens, and then you close your comments using the same thing. So I use this. Okay, sorry for that. I'm supposed to use 2 hyphens to close it. So 2 hyphens. And then a backward angle. Okay, so this is a comment. Now everything I write within this, what is happening? This arrow is not moving. Oh, this is not good. Okay, that's what I actually want to do. Everything I write within here will be ignored. Okay, and then also another feature which this has is the code folding. So I can fold this part of my code. So you see, I folded that. I can fold the head section, but I don't want to work on it, and then I can concentrate on the body section. So that's another feature I have. Let's go back to our comments. It says links by default are. So I will specify. Sorry, it's still completing for me. Links by default are they are underlined. Okay, they are blue. Links by default are blue and underlined when unvisited. So if you have not visited a link before, it will be blue and it will be underlined. It is red and underlined when it is active. So it is red and underlined when active. Oh, sorry, I think it's raining in this part of the world. So it is red and active when, okay, it is red and underlined when it is active, while it is purple and underlined when it has been visited. So that's the default behavior. So this link I've written here, you'll see it will be blue and underlined. So I'll just run that. So I want to run this. Let me check my settings. I can run it from my browser or in app. The preview mode here is in app, so I'm running it in app. Alternatively, I can run it from my browser, but let's allow the in app settings. So we'll go back. So I run this, clicking the run button there, and of course the link should appear. You see it appears the https://www.google.com, and it's blue and underlined because I've not visited it. If I click on it, you'll notice it will change to red, and after that it will change to purple. So when it is active, it is red and underlined, and that. So I'll quick click on this. So you see it change to red, and it shows web page not available because I am not connected. Error, internet disconnected. So if I connect to the internet and I refresh this page, let's just go back and then click the link again. So I'm clicking back on my browser and then I click the link again. It should open. So it is open to Google for me. So you see, so that is how to do that. So I have successfully linked to Google. Okay, let's continue from there. So I am linking to an external site. I can also link to an internal site. So let me create another link. But this time around, I want to wrap it up in a div tag. There is a tag called the div tag. The div tag is a way of, it's mostly used for styling and to group your HTML elements or tags or whatever you have. It's used for styling, so you can group them and then apply style to them. So I want to group whatever I want to do here. So I'm creating another link, and this time around, so the A snippet. So that's not what I wanted. So I will just click A and not external the snippet. Okay, so I am linking. I want to link to. So I have 3 pages: the tags2.html tags. So let me link to the tags2.html. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I call this tags2.html. So that's what I'm linking to, and I can change the text here. I say click here to go to tags. So okay, I can just tags_2.html. Okay, now if I click on this, it should open tags2. Well, let's view how that works. So it says click here to go to tags2. If I click this, it should open up tags2.html for me. And of course, this is our tags2. If you remember the last tutorial we did. Okay, so that is how to do that. So I've created 2 links now. One that is linking to an external site and one that is linking to an internal site, internal page. Now another thing I can do is that I can insert an image and then turn the image into a link. So the image will now look like a button or something, like such that if I click on the image, it will lead me to whatever I want to go to. So first of all, let me insert an image. To insert an image, we use the img tag. Let me wrap it in a div tag first. So I'm using this. No, I don't want a class for now, just a normal div. So to insert an image, you use the img tag for image. I don't need to specify a class, so let me delete that. The src attribute is the source attribute. What is the source of the image you want to link to? And in my page here, this folder, there is no image. So let me quickly copy an image from my file and drop it there. So I come here. Okay, do this and then go to my DCIM and I copy any image. So I'm copying this image. I copy that and I send it to that folder, and then I drop it here. Let's quickly rename the image. So I'll rename this image and call it something so that it's easy for me to type. Call it image1 image1.jpg. okay, so I go back to my folder and can continue. So I notice if I look at that, the image is there. So I want to insert that image, so I change my src attributes to, I call it image1.jpg. The alternate text is used if the web browser does not find the image, then it will display the alternate text. And another thing it does is the alternate text is also used by screen readers. Let's say, for instance, you are reading your screen using a screen reader. Then the screen reader, once it gets to the image, you'll read the alternate text for you. Because, of course, it cannot tell you the image. So it just reads the alternate text in place of the image. It's very useful, especially when a blind person is visiting your site and is using a screen reader to read the content. Okay, so I say this is image 1. Okay. So if I display this, if I preview this again, you notice the image. Where is the image? Okay, the image is here. Okay, it's very big, it's very large. This is the image, it's very large. So let's resize that. Sorry for that. So we will resize that using the width attribute. So I can change the width to maybe 100 pixels, and then I can also change the height. So we have those attributes there, the height attributes. So I change the height to 100 pixels too. And you notice that our img tag is a self-closing tag. You can also say it is a void tag, or you can say it is an empty tag. So it doesn't have the closing tag like this. It self-closes itself. Okay, so let's preview this again. Okay, it's coming up. Of course, this is our image. So if I click on this image, nothing happens. So let me go back. Let's go back and change the image to be a link. So if you are to do that, all you need to do is to specify. You just use your a tag here. Okay, a tag, and then I give it a reference. Okay, so the href attribute comes here. And where am I linking to? I am not closing that tag there. I want to close it at the end of the image. So I close my tag here. Okay. Now we are linking. Let's link this one to tags 1. Okay, tags. Let's link it to tags. This one. Sorry, I don't want to preview this. We are linking to this, and this is our tags. Remember what's happening here? They say there are a lot of errors. Okay, the add tag, I didn't close that very well. And then the doc type, there's no space. Okay, that's been corrected. So we are linking to that. So we'll say tags.html. Now I open this again. Sorry for that. Okay, now if I click on this image, it should take me to that. You see what's happening? It's clickable now, and it's taking me to tags.html. Wow, that's very wonderful. Okay, so that's what you do with your links. You link to an external document or an external website, or to another page, another web page, or you link to a section. So let's go to a section. Now to link to a section, all you need to do is to create a bookmark. A bookmark is basically an ID, so I can ID this page. Let me do something. I don't want to write again, so I'll copy the content of my this. So of course I have an ID here, so I'll copy this tag. I want to copy. Can you help me to copy? Shift. I can't copy. How do you copy? Okay, let's go back and just maybe write. Okay, so I'll create a div. Sorry, not shift M again. So I'll create a div. With no class, and then I'll give this class, this div, an ID, and the ID will be let's call it paragraph or the bookmark. Do that, so we'll call this bookmark. So that's the ID. Then I can write a lot of things. Right, this is the bookmarked section of the page. Okay. Well, what I'm about to do will be very useful if you have a very long page that is scrollable. That's why I actually wanted to copy this. Okay, I think I can copy from quick edit and it's easier to copy from here. Okay, that's wonderful. So let's go to quick edit. Quick edit is taking time to load. Let's just open and open tax 2. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, so I'll copy that, then I bring it here. Okay, so let's insert that here, and I wrap it with div. Okay, so I can now paste. Yes, my friend, what is happening? Oh, this is not good. I want to paste. Wow, it's very serious. So I can't even paste. Okay, I can paste, of course. Wow, sorry for that. Okay, let's tab this document. It's not actually necessary to tab, but it helps. It makes my document readable. It makes it readable and it's easy to maintain. So now I've created this section. I've created the bookmark, but I've not linked to the bookmark yet. Okay. That's nice. I need something that will flow off. So let's remove this style. I don't need that style anymore. That style was just for demonstration. So let's remove the style. Okay. I need something that's large. Let's copy the content of tax 1 2. Let's copy the content of tax 1. Open. So let me open tax. Then I copy this too. Later, I'll do that later. Not that. I don't need this. I need from here. I need something that will just run off the page. So I copy that. And I come back here. So it's taking time, but at least once I succeed in what I want to do, you'll appreciate it. Yes, my friend. Okay. So I do that. I paste. Didn't I copy? Okay. So let's. See, why is it allowing me to select now? At that time it didn't allow, and it's the reason why I'm doing this now. I think what do you do to select? It's begun again. Anyway, don't worry, we'll be off. Okay, so I want something that will run off the page, something that's scrollable. Okay, now it's scrollable. So this is the bookmark. Okay, so let's go create a link now. So from this point, let's say before the image, let me create a div. And then a div snippet, no class, and then I'll put my link there. Okay, so that's my A. Now I am using this. So what I need to do is to link to that section, that bookmarked section. I need to I just need to specify the ID, and the ID here, the ID of that section is bookmark. So to get an ID, all you use the hash and then the name of the ID. Sorry, yeah, the name of the ID. So the ID is bookmark. I think so. Yeah, ID bookmark. So you use ID. This is how you specify ID, both in CSS, in your JavaScript, and HTML. So you use the hash before the name of the ID. Okay, so I'll say go. Let me just say go to. Sorry, that should be go to bookmark. Okay. So now if I click on this, it should take me to that section. So let's see how it happens. Okay. Now it says go to bookmark, and if I click on this, you see it auto scrolls to this point. So isn't that very interesting? So that's how it is. It auto scrolls. So instead of me scrolling before I get there, I could just create that. And that is one trick if you want to create maybe a menu section or something. So if you divide your documents, it's very long, so you can create a menu and then use these bookmarks. So as a trick, you click on it and it takes you to that point. Very, very easy. Okay, so that is that. So in this tutorial, I've shown you how to link to an external website and how to link to internal pages on the same server. Then I've shown you the advantages of using a code over quick edits, and then I've also showed you how to insert an image, which I've not done. Okay, so I'll do that in a different tutorial too, because there are other things we need to look at. So one thing which I would love to show you before I end is how to change the default behavior of a link. I've told you links by default have this behavior here, but we can overwrite it. So I'll come to my head section and I'll write my style here. Remember what we did in the last tutorial, so that's my style. The type is not very important, and the media type is not important, but we could allow that. So I'll specify, I say for my links. Now I'll use what we call a pseudo component. So I say link when it is active. Okay, I could say my link by default, whether active or not. I don't want it to be underlined. So I say links should be then I specify property for it. I say text decoration. Okay, text decoration property, it should be it should be none. That means it should not be underlined. Okay, then I could say my link. Let's say the link when it is visited. Okay, when my link is visited, what should happen? I can say, okay, if it's been visited, then change the text, the color. Change the color of the text to let's change the color to green. Okay, what if it's not visited? Okay, what if it is the mouse hovers over it? So use the hover property. When your mouse hovers over the link, what should be done? You can change the color to maybe black. So it will be blue, and of course the text decoration should be none. So let's also specify text decoration for this ones. Text decoration should be none. So don't underline for me. I don't want it to be underlined ever. So these are styles anyway. So I also say text decoration should be none. I've told you I'll do a tutorial on styling. So if you don't understand this, but what this does is the attributes, that's the name, the attribute I want to apply the style to. So I say for all my links, any attribute, a attribute in this document, the text decoration should be none. That means don't underline, don't strike through, don't do anything. So when it is visited, change the color to green and don't underline. When a mouse hovers over it, change the color to black and don't underline. So I could also change the active. So I can also say link when it is active. Okay, so what should happen when it is active? I could say the color should change to black. Okay, I change the color to black. and then the text decoration should not be there too. But it's up to you to define your type, your how you want your document to look like. So that's all. If I run this now, let's run this and see. Now our links, they are green. Okay, all our links are green because they've been visited. I've visited all these links. Remember, visited, we said it should be green. Okay, now if I click on this, you see what happens? It changed to black the moment I click. Let's go back. If I click on this, you see, as I've clicked on it, it is black. If I release it, it links me to that, and it's not underlined. You see, it's not underlined. So I've removed the underlining and all that. So you can style your link to look anyhow you want it. You can even style it such that it looks like menu buttons and all that. So that's one trick web designers do. They can change a link to look like a button and you'll think it is a button, but it's actually a link. Anyway, so far on that tutorial, that's that about links. I think the tutorial is exhaustive, but if there are questions you have, please use the comment section very well. And don't forget to subscribe and like my video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.